Yep, here we go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy is back with the Fourth and Goal NFL Sports Podcast. I'm your host, and I hear my boys Flipside and Wallace Top. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, man. Just kind of sad this week. My team lost to the bum ass Lions.
It happens.
Man, I couldn't be happier right now.
Yeah, I mean, we seen a complete turnaround. You know, I'm actually happy for the Niners too, and which is something that we're going to get into later. But moment of silence for all. But I don't know what it is, but it seems like the majority of quarterbacks across the league this week have been bit by the injury bug. What the heck?
Yeah, a lot of them. Let's see, Donald, so I got Mono still. Ben is out for the season. Breeze is gone. Cam Newton. Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and I try, as a promise to Wise, I told him I'd take off my hat and play taps for a Big Ben. Moment of silence. All right, we're done. But yeah, wow, man. Is it time for the Mason Rudolph show, or is he? Because I've been in several Steelers groups on Facebook, and I posted a video earlier this week. I think, as a matter of fact, it was last night. Should the Steelers panic or should we be patient? It's hard to be patient when you start the season 0-2. Your quarterback is out. The secondary is trash. The coaching is questionable. And the thing is, I feel like the Steelers right now are in desperation mode. And, the thing is, they should be. Because that Lamar Jackson / RG3 quarterback train going on over there in Baltimore, that train is not slowing down no time soon. Yeah. So I think that the Steelers should be worried right now. But what was that?
I was going to say, Mason Rudolph ain't a bad quarterback, man. It's sort of like Ben was out there taking the ball for y'all and trying to play hero ball or nothing for the last 2 weeks. It was like,
yeah.
Man was getting smacked.
Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
I still can't believe that move. I still can't believe that.
I can.
I mean, but this soon? Do you believe that move this soon, though?
This is a wild season. You got to see what you got in the quarterback. You got to see what you got in Daniel Jones. Might as well. You got to play at some point. You know what? Just put him in now and early on. And if it works out, then you can still salvage the season. And you know what you got. You know you can kind of show that you're right picking that quarterback. But you hold off too long. You know what I mean? Like wait till midway half of the season. Like it doesn't make. It's just like I might as well let Manning finish it out. You don't want to throw a kid out there in a bad situation with the team losing and losing. I think you can still throw this early on, and the chance you can still salvage it. If he looks good, then you guys can still compete. It's like you can still compete, but if he's terrible, it doesn't really matter because you guys were kind of going to be tanking the season.
Right.
I mean, look what happened with the Browns and Baker. They started him late, and they barely missed the playoffs. They could have snuck in a wild card spot or something if they played him a few games earlier. So,
yeah.
Daniel Jones might sneak up and show us that he's a baller for all we know. So,
yeah. I mean, but the thing is, that's a heavy burden to bear because the expectation. I mean, if you draft, everybody knows if you draft a quarterback, the expectations for him are going to automatically be high, especially if that franchise has won a Super Bowl in the past, I don't know, decade.
If you look at the last 10 years, a lot of these rookie quarterbacks are just kind of like plug and play in the first at least 3 games. It's not like it was before where we would see a redshirt quarterback for maybe the first 2 seasons. So they're just getting in.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a damn shame. But with that in mind, they can only really go up from here since both of them might got an 0-2 start. But yeah. All right, fellas. Let's go ahead and review last week. Now, the game of the week you got. Now, to me, the game of the week, it had to be in my opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and say Falcons Eagles. To me that was the game of the week. What's up, Russell? But yeah, that was the game of the week to me. Flip, what about you?
Man, game of the week. I can't remember any games that were like exciting or game of the week material for me. I didn't watch the Falcons game, but I'm gonna say the game of the week for me was Kansas City and the Raiders.
All right.
It was fun watching. It was fun watching Patrick Mahomes just throw wide open deep balls to everybody on that team.
Patrick Mahomes automatic. I don't know what the hell. Patrick Mahomes, that dude is automatic.
It's scary how good he is. He didn't even have Tyreek Hill out there, and he's making the third string, fourth string receivers look like him. It was like, man.
Yeah. All right. Waz, what was your game of the week?
Yeah, I agree with Flip on this. Even like the close games weren't really entertaining. I mean, like Jacksonville Houston was entertaining in the last couple of minutes with Gardner Minshew, my doppelganger, looking like a hell of a quarterback. We're leading in the last, like, granted didn't do much the whole game, but then the last drive, just straight up cooking Houston's defense and running, like dodging everything. And the fact that they didn't go to him for the 2-point conversion is indicative of how dumb the franchise is in Jacksonville.
Almost got me my upset of the week too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got a question from Russell Rodriguez in the chat. He says, for the Pittsburgh, he's a Steelers fan. He says, we got 8 first rounders on defense. What do you think the problem is? Is it the coaching? I think half of that is injuries. Well, it's injuries and it kind of is coaching. Keith Butler. Why the hell are you going to be putting linebackers on fast ass wide receivers? You don't. The thing is, if you are a running, I mean, if you're a linebacker, unless you're like a specimen like Ryan Shazier or somebody like that, you don't put no damn linebacker on no wide receiver unless you're playing bump and run. Even then, they're supposed to be going after the quarterback. That's what the hell the safeties are for. That's what the quarterbacks and safeties are for. But the thing is, I understand why, because our safeties have been getting lit up like a damn Christmas tree all season long. But I mean, that's just my answer to that question. But like I said, I'll get on the Steelers later on when we get in our predictions. But all right. Anyway, most improved team of the week. Flip, who do you got?
Most improved. I'm just gonna go with the Ravens again. This week or last week it was Lamar Jackson showing us he can throw, and then this week it's about him being trash in the pocket. Like, the man has improved so much that it's scary. And now they have Mark Ingram back there. Yeah, that team is definitely a Super Bowl contender if they keep this up.
Yeah. All right, Waz, what's your most improved team of the week?
Most improved team of the week, I'm going to say the Dolphins. We gave up 59 last week. They only gave up 40 this week.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah. Oh yeah, my most improved team of the week. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Is probably like the most underrated improved team of the week. I'm gonna have to say Indy, the Colts. They're mine.
Oh yeah, I like the Colts. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett's probably hell to me this week.
Colts did look good. They are surprising me with that performance on the road in Tennessee. But yeah, to answer your question, specifically, I'm going to say my San Francisco 49ers. They looked a little shakier week 1 for the first half. They got it together for the second half against the Bucs. But this game against the Bengals, they were just rolling the entire game from start to finish. Garoppolo throwing 3 touchdowns, just looking straight up money. That defense playing. It was just a great sight to see. I couldn't be happier with their performance, and I'm looking forward to the next week and how they play against Pittsburgh quarterback.
Right. Now, all of us are we're in a clear consensus of what the chunk of the week is, aren't we?
There's a couple of chunks.
Yeah, it's either the Falcon, either the Eagles or not Green Bay, but either the Eagles or the Denver Broncos.
The Broncos are interesting because you know what? You say the Broncos choked, but the rest kind of gave it to Chicago. I mean,
Yeah, because it was kind of a half second. Because did you notice that the game clock was different from like the clock on the field? Like the game clock on our TV was different from the clock on the field by like a half second. So yeah, you can kind of the thing is you can kind of say the ref gave it to him, but I'm still call that a choke. But go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you guys ever seen someone get a timeout like literally half a second after getting down?
Never.
I've never seen I've never seen like if you make a catch and you get that and you get tackled with 1 second left, there's never a timeout that is laid that quick. And they somehow got it done, and then we kick the field goal.
Yeah. But thing is, Mitch, as soon as I think as soon as Mitch completed the pass, he looked at the ref and said, "Timeout, timeout, timeout." As soon as he pretty much threw the ball.
I mean, you're still gonna run off like a second off the clock, even after that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta go with the Chargers.
Oh God.
As much as I hate to say it, I gotta go with the Chargers. We missed 2 field goals. Eckler fumbles at the goal line, and then we still have a chance to tie it up and take it into overtime. And Rivers decides that he wants to be done with fucking Chargers.
Well, anybody. The thing is, to be fair, anybody could have made that mistake, but I understand where you're coming from, though. But still, yeah.
No, he does it on purpose. It's not even at this point. He knows that our puncher is our kicker right now. And he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not letting run this game. But he just went for it.
I'm running the game for him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, well, better luck next week. Let's get into our week 3 predictions, fellas. Now, first up, we got the Tennessee Titans going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Jalen Ramsey has requested a trade, and apparently the team is interested in is the Detroit Lions. We'll get into that in a second. But Tennessee, in their win and their loss, they actually look pretty decent. They beat the piss out of the Browns, kind of to my surprise. And they look pretty good. Despite losing, they look pretty good in the last game, too. Jacksonville, they don't have a quarterback. Their defense is slacking. And I don't know what it is, but it seems like Leonard Fournette can't get it together. Something has got to give. And the thing is, this is a divisional game. So if Jacksonville loses, there might need to be some questions asked here. I mean, in this game, the thing is, if you start 0-3, I think they said team to start either 0-3 or 0-4. They only got like a 12% chance of making the playoffs. So, yeah, there might be some questions that need to be answered. But me personally, I'm going to go ahead and give this game to Tennessee over Jacksonville by 8 points. I'm going to say the final score is going to be 20-28, Tennessee. Flip, who you got, Jacksonville or Titans?
I like this Tennessee defense. They said that Jalen Ramsey isn't leaving this week because it's the Thursday game, I think.
Yeah.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there tells me it's probably going to be a low-scoring game still. Both of these teams are kind of run-heavy. I don't think Tennessee's kind of figured out what they want to do on offense just yet, so I'm not too enthusiastic. But then it's like we're figuring out if Gardner Minshew is a good quarterback or if he's just kind of like all right enough.
Yeah. So
I'm leaning towards Tennessee winning this one. I want to say Tennessee wins 16-13.
Wow, that's a low-scoring game. All right. Waz, you got Titans, Jags.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game just because it's a Thursday night game and it's the AFC South matchup. I don't see this game being happening at all. Tennessee tends to own Jacksonville a lot of the time. Now this game is in Jacksonville. Jacksonville, obviously,
they're crippled.
The crippled. The Gardner Minshew show. You got a lot of dissension in the locker room right now with Ramsey. I'm sure some of the other players. It's going to be hard. I don't think the team might not be all the way there mentally together against this Tennessee team. I trust Tennessee right now based on the performances the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So they lost last week. It was a close game. I trust Tennessee on offense a little bit better. Derrick Henry's been playing pretty well last few games. They just can't seem to get something. I'm not sure what it is. But I don't trust Jack's offense, and I think there's so much going on right now that off the field with Ramsey and locker room things. So So I'm going to have to go with Tennessee in this Jags. Give me Tennessee playing Jacksonville.
All right. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, on paper, the Philadelphia Eagles have a worse record than the Detroit Lions because the Detroit Lions have a tie. So you guys can take that however you want to take it. I mean, Detroit, they actually look pretty decent. I mean, Matt Stafford looks like he's clicking on most of his cylinders. I mean, he got some weapons that he could go through. That defense needs a little bit of work, but still. Philly had a slugfest with Atlanta. So they're gonna come out looking to smack Detroit in the mouth. The thing is, I don't know what it is with Philly. So I mean, the thing is, they either have a problem with the offense or the defense on one of them on some games. Some games they're electric on offense and flat on defense, and other games vice versa. But again, in this game, their defense gonna have to step up. Thing is, would it be kind of a reach to call if I was to pick Detroit over Philly, would that be an upset of the week to you?
It depends on how you look at it.
Mm.
Because I mean, against the Chargers, they should have lost that game like 27-13. But then you have to look at the Eagles side. They lost Alshon, they lost Ejax, they lost Goddard. I think they lost an O lineman.
Yeah. Nelson Aguilar's dropping passes. I don't know why, but
yeah, I think he had a concussion himself. It's like, ugh. I mean, they still won the game.
Yeah, they still won. But man, you know what?
You can't count them out.
Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe and give it to Philly 28-25 over Detroit. Wise, what about you? Philly, Detroit, who you got?
Yeah, it's just so many glaring injuries on Philadelphia right now. And even though it's in Philadelphia, I think Detroit is catching a break right now. Detroit, they played. I mean, you can look at it like they really could have won. They really should have won week one. They kind of let theirs on in, and obviously they had a pretty good defensive game, and obviously body of the game, but the Chargers, but they still got the win there. Obviously, I put Carson Wentz, and I like him more than Matt Stafford. But just all the injuries going on right now with Philadelphia. I think I'm not sure who is going to be at goal on Sunday, but I think I like the Lions' chances in this game. And Eagles are favored by almost a touchdown. I think it's easy money that the Lions should cover this game, but I think the Lions will outright win it. It'll be a really close game. I think it might be the game of the week. Give me the Lions in this game. The Lions 24, Eagles 17. Just based on the injuries right now that I heard for.
All right. Flip, who you got? Lions, Eagles.
Well, even with the injuries on the Eagles side, I kind of favor them still. Wentz with some banged up ribs, but still kind of able to go out there and win them the game. They still got Zach Ertz and Aguilar. They look solid. Their defense keeps them in the game most of the time. So against this Lions offense, I'm kind of hopeful that the Eagles defense can still do the same thing. The Lions offense looks pretty atrocious. I don't know why. They have Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones. Their Kerryon Johnson's back there. They just released C.J. Anderson. That's a weird one.
Strange.
So I'd say 24-20 Eagles.
All right. So we got two. Even if it is divisional opponent, even though from what it used to be, and New England is New England. What else the hell do you want me to say? They scored 73 points in just these two games. You can't make this stuff up. And the Jets pretty much got spanked by the Browns. So I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. I'm going to give this one to the Patriots, 31-10 over the Jets. Yeah, 31-10. That's reasonable. But all right, Flip, what you think? Who you got? Jets, Patriots.
Well, the Patriots have the easiest schedule ever. they're facing, I think it's Luke something. I don't even know his name. He's like the backup quarterback. So they don't have a problem there. They could just destroy Lager. And it's not like their defense is bad this year. Their defense has been performing well. So when you look at it as a division game, they're going to know how the Jets play. They're going to kill them pretty much. The Jets defensive players are already kind of on the edge with the organization. I think their safety, Adams, he like unfollowed them and removed him from his bio. Like, he was pissed off at this. So it's like, this is probably going to be another blowout for the Patriots. They're probably going to set a record for most points throughout like the first 3 games.
Oh, Lord.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see the score like 42-17.
All right, Waz, who you got? Jets, Patriots.
Oh yeah, the Patriots are putting up. I'm definitely putting up a 35-40 spot. Belichick hates the Jets. Jets sometimes obviously have these weird random close games for the Patriots, but I think the way the Patriots are set up right now, I think we have the makings of a potential team that could potentially. I know it's really early to say this, but 16-0 is definitely. I think it's in the realm of possibilities for the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think some things will fall their way, and so that defense is better than I think some of us thought it would be.
Yeah.
And this offense upgraded beyond measure. Antonio, even not fully in condition, still out there, on very limited time practicing with the team, still out there getting a touchdown, making plays. So it's only going to get more and more. It's only going to get better. That chemistry with Brady is just going to be. It's going to be similar to like when Brady first had off. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so it's really no matter how many points the Patriots are going to score the Jets side. I'll probably say I'm going to give me right now the Patriots are favored by 23. They're predictably here. They just have the 23. I can see that. I'm going to give me the Patriots 35 to Jets 7.
All right. Next up, we got the Oakland Raiders going up against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, in Oakland's 1-1 record, they have put up pretty damn good fights against both of the teams. And you can say that for Minnesota, even though Minnesota kind of blew it in one of their games, but still, Minnesota actually does look decent. I mean, the thing is, there's no shame in losing to the Packers. There really isn't. But man, I mean, Derek Carr is one of the most bipolar quarterbacks. Give him more credit than he deserves, but I mean, it is what it is for him. And Minnesota, like I said, they're decent. They're actually more than decent. They're more than capable of giving some teams a run for their money, and hell, even stealing a couple of games. This actually, I don't have really much of a high scoring game. This I actually kind of see kind of a defensive game, sort of. Go ahead and give me Minnesota about 4 points over Oakland, 21-17. Flip, who you got? Raiders or Vikings?
Vikings defense isn't what it was a few years ago, but I think it's still pretty solid. The Raiders are kind of banged up right now, but I think their running back has got a groin issue. Tyrell Williams is suffering from something right now himself. Derek Carr is suffering from being a bad quarterback. The team is kind of in a bad place right now. So when I think like the Vikings are on the roll. Like the Vikings are kind of moving, and this Raiders defense, I think he can do enough. This seems like one of those games where Dalvin Cook takes over and gets like 20+ carries and kind of leads them to a win. So I don't see the Raiders scoring a lot of games. I got the Vikings winning probably like 26-16.
All right. Waz, who you got? Raiders, Vikings.
Yeah, I might as well have the Vikings in this one, just out of respect to what the defense can do. Both of them are still kind of shaky at this point. I don't know if you trust them. about Kirk Cousins.
Mhm.
Maybe not good enough to win big games. And I don't know if I want to qualify this as a kind of a big highlight, big primetime game for the Vikings. Being at home against the Raiders. I do like the fact that Dalvin Cook is playing really well. Is actually playing up to the potential that he had being early draft pick and being healthy for a change. So I like the weapons. I like the full complete arsenal Cousins has. They're at home, so I'm going to go with the Vikings in this game. Give me Vikings 24, Raiders 7.
Alrighty. Next up, a rematch from last year, any potential game of the week. Dare I say it, game of the year. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Now I was watching ESPN earlier, and I actually was about this too. They said that if Lamar Jackson and the Ravens beat KC and Patrick Mahomes, does he have a case for Offensive Player of the Year and MVP? If he does,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. I mean, at first I was like, nah, that's a reach. Then I sat and thought about it for a second because of how electric Patrick Mahomes is. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna go ahead and say Lamar Jackson and the Ravens beat them at KC at Arrowhead. Then I'm gonna go ahead and say, you can go ahead and throw his hat in the ring for Offensive Player and MVP of the Year. But man, like I said, man, this is the Arrowhead. This is pretty much ground zero for people to lose. I mean, the thing is, if you win at Arrowhead, you are elite. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. Like I said, both these guys are electric, man. I see this being a really high. But it all depends on who has the better day between Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. Oh shoot. Now you know what? I don't think either pick is playing it safe though. I'm gonna go ahead and say 37-31 Kansas City. Flip, what about you? Who you got? Chiefs or Ravens?
I see this being not a shootout, but just kind of I guess a shootout.
Yeah.
Man, because Mahomes can basically score on any defense we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kansas City defense isn't that great. Like, it's just another field day for Lamar Jackson to show off his arm.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're able to control the clock more. And I feel like that's going to be the factor in this game. It seems like Mahomes, he'll score, but he's not really the greatest on the time management. And we've seen that hurt him in the past, and this might hurt him in this game. And I don't see them stopping the Ravens offense. It's a tricky offense to play against, and I don't know if it's upset of the week because the Chiefs are at home.
Yeah.
But I might have the Ravens win this in a close game.
Wow.
I want to say Ravens win 38-35.
All right. Waz, who you got? Chiefs, Ravens.
Yeah, I'm torn. I like Ravens. I like the Ravens defense a little bit better, but the Ravens defense did almost give up 350 plus yards to Kyler Murray. So I look at it like, all right, if Kyler Murray can put that up, what's Mahomes? I mean, damn near still 500 yards. It's gonna light it up. I think I like what Lamar Jackson showed in the previous game. Even running a lot more. I think that'll be key. I think if he's able to flip that, control the clock with some of those designed run plays, I think they have a good chance. But I'm going to stick right now with the Chiefs since they are at home, and I think one is going to be a high scoring game. I think this will definitely be the game of the week. Give me the Chiefs in this. The Chiefs 35, Ravens 30.
The Indianapolis Colts going up against the Atlanta Falcons. This game is kind of tricky because it's going to depend on which Jacoby Brissett we see. We already know what Atlanta can do, but the thing is, Atlanta, while the thing is they against the Eagles. But then again, they always struggle against the Eagles. I can't even be mad at that because Eagles, which Jacoby Brissett we see, the thing is, Jacoby Brissett's he's evolved a little bit. And the thing is, they say a receiver is only as good as a quarterback. I think with this, Brissett kind of does make his weapons look a little bit better. Kind of like Andrew Luck, but not really like Andrew, not to the degree of Andrew Luck, but sort of. That Atlanta defense has been known to get to lose gas and get smoked in the third and the fourth quarter. Kind of like Indy last week. Indy last week, they were, Jacoby Brissett, he was heating up on them in the second half. He started off slow, but he heated up and finished off strong. This is a tough one to call, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. You know what? Forget it. I'm going to go ahead and say Indy. Give me Indy 24-23 over Atlanta. But Flip, what about you? Who you got? Falcons, Colts.
Oh man, these first two games of the year, they shouldn't have won that game against the Eagles. Julio saved him.
Yeah.
Julio put on the burners. The Colts offense has shown us that they're still clicking without Luck. Brissett, he's shown us that the experience he had when Luck was out is kind of paying off for them. Marlon Mack has been a solid running back for them. T.Y. Hilton is T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
And that O-line is just it's
and Eric Ebron too. I mean, that dude's a tight end. Like, he's probably top 10 tight end. Yeah.
Ebron and the other tight end.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got the pieces on offense, and their O-line is solid. I don't see the Falcons getting to him at all in this game. And I don't trust him 24/7.
Yeah, I like the Colts in this, and more as the weeks go by, I'm starting to like the Colts a little better, and feel bad about dogging them so early on after Andrew Luck retired. The team was a potential dark horse when Andrew Luck was playing, and Brissett is obviously one of the better. The Falcons right now, I think they're underperforming. I like what Julio carried them that last game. The Explosives can't seem to get the run game is just not there. Ryan is still shaky. I like the whole team to win this game. I think we're definitely pretty solidly, and even yeah. I think he's the Colts of this game.
Now you guys, Aaron Rodgers chance. Denver's defense is okay. That's kind of what kept them in it against. That's kind of what kept them in it against the Bears last week. I mean, but thing is, the Bears already lost the grill. I mean, thing is, I guess you can kind of judge that off of teams they face. A lot of people don't think that's a smart idea but go ahead and play it safe in this game. I'm gonna give it to Green Bay 28 to 28-21 over.
The Broncos offense is weird. Joe Flacco, I feel like he's kind of getting into the groove still.
Mm-hmm.
But against the Packers team, I don't know, man. Packers offense is a lot more high powered than Bears offense. So I could see Aaron Rodgers put up some points against them and kind of outscoring Joe Flacco more than the Packers defense stopping him. But the Packers defense has been pretty solid this year too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't even knock that. Yeah, I gotta go Packers here. Give me Packers 31, Broncos 20.
All right.
I don't think he's a number one receiver. But what we have, and Flacco has done for a couple years, and just seeing Aaron Rodgers at the home, Aaron Jones, you know Rodgers, and I think there's definitely keep an eye on this season for when the Packers kind of hit the bumpy road, see how Rodgers and his coach kind of coincide. still seems like there's a little bit of a risk. But I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna get exposed in this game. Because the Packers should be able to win this pretty handily. But going forward, as the games get more and more competitive, I think that potential stories to come out. With Aaron Rodgers as the coach. But in this game at least, I think the Packers and Broncos are out. Maybe the Packers in this 30, Broncos 70.
All right. Next up, we got, oh my God, we got the Dallas Cowboys going on the road against the trash. Oh, no. Wait a minute. No, this is actually at Jerry's World. This is the Jerry's World. My bad. The Miami Dolphins are going to the Jerry's World to go against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, oh my Lord. In the past 2 games, Miami has not scored a single goddamn point. Again, now, mind you, they went up against the Patriots. Okay, fine. I'll give you some points there. And they went up against the Ravens. Okay, whatever. But still, no points in 2 damn games. And you're going to Jerry's World to face the damn Cowboys, and the Cowboys are on fire right now. So you mean to tell me, yeah. So you mean to tell me you think they stand a chance against them and they ain't scored a single touchdown in 2 games? Hell no. Dak is looking good. Amari Cooper's looking good. Even Gallup. I mean, thing is, and Zeke is Zeke. I mean, as long as Zeke stays healthy, he's good. But I mean, believe it or not, I actually do have Miami scoring a touchdown in this game. But guess what? It ain't gonna be enough to win. I'm gonna go ahead and give this to the Dallas Cowboys 31-7 over the Dolphins. Flip, who?
The Dolphins team is just like some random ass college team at this point.
Oh,
snap. Everybody, I think they got rid of Minka Fitzpatrick. The Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers got him now.
So congrats on that.
We'll talk about that later, but go on.
The team is trash. They scored like 3 points. This is a sad ass team. And they should probably be kicked out the NFL after the season.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say, man. It's pretty open and shut. Dax look good. The Cowboys will look good, and the Dolphins team is going to make them look like gods and have all the Cowboys fans thinking they're going to be
Super Bowl.
So yeah, Dallas wins 35-6.
All right. Well, so you got Cowboys Dolphins.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, you have to get off. That's a pretty subject. And so Dolphins, they have this 4 touchdowns in one. They not 10 yards, but yeah, this squad. There's a good topic question off PCI about which team's going to outscore their opponent more, the Cowboys or the Patriots.
Yeah.
So they got 2 potential big blowout games this week. Dolphins is bad. They're trading with their players. No one wants to be on that team. Fitzpatrick throwing pick sixes. He's handing out pick sixes like a candy and following. It's just the sad state of affairs. The Cowboys are looking really good. Dak is looking great. Dak is looking like, he turned down $30 million a year, and it looks like it's starting to pay off. If he continues to play like this for the rest of the season, I mean, he could be up there with like Mahomes and getting to being one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. He continues to pay for play. I like what I saw with Dak running a little bit more last week. Looks like the defense is starting to get back in and run better. And I think the defense is good. The defense is heat up the Dolphins squad. It's going to look damn near pretty good in this game. I think they're going to get that boost, especially playing at home. So, yeah, give me Cowboys in this game. I'll say Cowboys 41, Dolphins 10.
All right. So you're doing what I'm doing to give them a touchdown. Cincinnati Bengals going on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Cincinnati, I don't know what it is with them, but they just can't get it right. I don't know what it is with them. Buffalo is actually looking pretty decent. I mean, the quarterback They look like they have somewhat of a passing attack, at least to the point where it's better than Cincy. Cincy, they can't. Oh yeah, I see you guys. I see you in the chat on Twitter about the fourth and goal podcast thing. Tell him I didn't. No, tell Eric no, I did not spell fourth and goal wrong. That's the point. He'll get it in a second. But yeah, anyway, back to the prediction. Go ahead and give me the Bills. 28-17 over Cincinnati. Flip, who you got? Bills Bengals. Who you got?
Yeah, like you were saying, this Bills team has looked pretty good. Their defense is pretty solid. I think they have they're number one in yards or passing yards allowed in the league right now. So that's a cause of concern for this Bengals defense or offense, which is pretty much throw first at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Until the Bengals get AJ Green back, they're going to look pretty bad. This Bills offense is looking pretty solid. I think they just lost their rookie running back, though. But Frank Gore is good for 30 carries for like 80 yards. So they have that going for them. It should be a decent scoring game, but the Bills should win this. I got the Bills winning 24-20.
All right. Waz, who you got? Bills, Bengals.
I like Josh Allen after beating both New York teams and talking about how they are the New York team. They own New York, New York. I like the swagger for the quarterback. He's playing. It's just this Bengals defense. It's not good, and this offense isn't consistent enough for Singletary, who's healthy, are going to run over this squad. John Brown playing well. John Brown needs to play well for every game he gets signed to. He's damn near on pace for other.
Next up, we got the New York Giants going on the road against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, the Bucks are kind of sloppy, even though Saquon Barkley can run all over the Bucks defense. But is that going to be enough? Because it seems like the thing is, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play it safe in this game and give it to the Bucks in this game. Give me the Bucks 23-21 over the Giants. Flip, who you got? Bucks, Giants.
The Bucks offense isn't the greatest looking offense from I think 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So the defense I think could just pretty much shut down Daniel Jones and Saquon enough for Jameis and his lucky offense to do enough to get the win.
Definitely.
So I see that going down.
All right. Waz, who you got? Bucks, Giants.
I'm actually going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go with the Dynasty fan. Start picking it back up. Again, I think Barkley is good enough to beat the Bucks by himself. The Bucks are not a good team. They're not so good against Carolina. Even with Cam playing as fast as Cam played, Kansas was still in that game, and the Bucks really could put them away exactly because Winston is just too inconsistent. And I'm going to put my faith. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to go with Daniel Jones in his first career start to get a victory, to get all the Giants fans buzzing. Because all the Giants fans, if they get this win, and how much Eli Manning gets blamed, 24, Buccaneers 14.
All right. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals going against the Carolina Panthers. Say that 5 times fast. But this is a kind of a strange game to me because if you would ask me who's going to win this 2 weeks ago, I would have said that Carolina is going to dismantle Arizona. But Kyler Murray is looking like he's proven himself, and Cam, he's looking like one of those broken down old Ford cars. He was good in his prime, but like now he's starting to slow down. And thing is, he can't stay healthy. I mean, he's playing 50-50 right now. But thing is, Christian McCaffrey can kind of just run the ball down their throats, down Arizona's defense throats, since their defense doesn't really have an answer for the run right now. But yeah, on the offensive side, Kyler Murray, he's looking pretty damn good. And the thing is, this game might actually be a battle of the running backs. It really is. This game really is going to depend on who can run the ball better, Carolina or Arizona. Oh man, and both of these guys are winless. I am gonna actually go ahead and give this one to Carolina. Not by much. Going ahead and give me Carolina 28-24 over the Cardinals. Flip, who you got? Cardinals, Panthers.
I'm this week, and he's supposed to carry this team.
Mm-hmm.
Without Cam there, I just feel it has shown that on defense they're not the greatest, but on offense they can air the ball out. I mean, they got Larry Fitzgerald looking like 2013 Larry out there.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going on with him. So I like Kyler Murray. I like Christian Kirk. I like Larry. I like David Johnson. No Cam on the Panthers. This looks like it's going to be a Cardinals game. So I'm going to give it to the Cardinals 20, Panthers 13.
All right. Wazzy, you got Panthers, Cardinals.
I like the Cardinals in this game. They've shown me more the last couple of weeks than the Panthers have. I like Kyler Murray. I think he's trending up while Cam's trending down. Cam used to also compare Cam's quarterback career arc to that of a running back arc. He looks pretty like a running back for the first part of his career. And it's starting to show now. It's starting to show that wear and tear. It's starting to break down. He's not healthy. He's not right. It's just nothing. It doesn't seem to even trust him anymore on those goal line situations for quarterback sneaks anymore, which seems odd. Versus Kyler Murray's pretty good. The last 5 quarters of football.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first 3 against the Lions, but the fourth quarter in that game. Last. So themselves down there all about the paper of the top of that season, and you have David Johnson. I don't think the Panthers, especially with Cam probably not being essentially, and then Greg Olsen being injured, and I'm not sure if he's playing. I like the Cardinals in this game. Cardinals are at home. Give me the Cardinals in this. I'll say the Cardinals 24, the Panthers 17.
All right. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks going up against the New Orleans Saints without Drew Brees. Now, this is another one that could have been a potential game of the week, but we don't know how Hill or Bridgewater are going to act in this game. Matter of fact, I think Teddy Bridgewater is starting over Hill. I think so. You guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but
they haven't decided yet.
Yeah, but still, the thing is, regardless, I mean, they still got Alvin Kamara. They still got 2 electric-ass wide receivers. Michael Thomas. Yeah, they still got Michael Thomas and everything. But, I mean, and the Seahawks scraped out a win. But, man, actually, it's not as tough. The thing is, it all depends on it all depends on New Orleans quarterback situation. But then again, Seahawks are at home. Seahawks are one of the toughest teams to beat. Going ahead and give me the Seahawks over the Saints, 27-20. Flip, who you got? Seahawks or Saints?
Oh man, the Seahawks defense versus the Saints defense. Who they have on their linebacker? What's his name?
I know you're talking about. I can't think.
He's good. He's really good.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably going to be kind of one of those big defensive games, and then later on, it's just I don't think Alvin Kamara is going to prosper as much with Brees out. Thomas is probably going to get covered a bit more than usual. We're going to see a lot of balls force fed. And the Seahawks offense, it just seems like it's clicking. They got DK Metcalf, Will Disley, like they have some pieces on that team. And it just seems like the Seahawks are just going to outscore you in the second half and kind of take this game. So I have the Seahawks winning 27-20.
All right, Waz.
I think obviously, you have another week to prepare with the quarterback that you're going to go with, whether it's Bridgewater, whether it's Hill. Obviously, it's hard to expect, for that even offense to pick up and produce Bridgewater down middle of the game, and you're relying on a Bridgewater instead of without, not having a full week of preparation that you can have if you are the starter and you're a backup. So I think, I would think Bridgewater, given the start, will perform better than he did previously. But I think to have another tough opponent, I don't think the Dallas defense is as fun as one was with going forward compared to the Rams defense. But I just think that the offense now for the bench was completely different with Brees out. We see it with Kamara in that game. It wasn't this game as kind of a explosive player. They're top-notch organization. Steve Carroll should have a good game plan against the Saints. Saints defense hasn't been playing as well as I would have thought Skip going into this year. And their offense is going to be better. Gas at point in time. What is going to be get that one. I'll take that on 27.
Provided by. Please announce yourself.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. All right. Next up, we got Hood and the Pittsburgh Steelers are Sons Ben Roethlisberger, and it's looking like it's going to be the Mason Rudolph show. But just a couple of statistics: the Pittsburgh Steelers, the coaching for Mike Tomlin is questionable. The secondary is getting torched. We do not have AB or Le'Veon. We do not. Juju is getting double teamed. I can go all day long with the things that are Raiders, and they have 2 divisional games each against the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Browns twice. That's 9 games right there. If the Steelers don't win 6 out of those 9 games, they're done. It's over. And San Fran is looking pretty damn good right about now. And the thing is, Jimmy G is looking like he's stepping up, man. It's looking his time. He's got some respect for Jalen Samuels since James Conner can't stay healthy. And like I said, Juju, as good of a wide receiver as he is, he needs a reliable number 10 over Pittsburgh. 23-17.
A lot of hype. Lost Kevin Coleman, but now they have the little dynamic duo of that offense is kind of clicking. I'm gonna say Steelers sadly fall to 0-3.
Yeah.
49ers win 30-20.
All right. Was bias aside, who do you got? Steelers, 49ers.
Bias aside, I will say the 49ers.
Okay.
Bias aside.
Okay.
If Ben was playing this game, I would be scared. And I would definitely heavily consider Pittsburgh to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
But with the quarterback Rudolph, making his first start, obviously facing potentially going 0-3, so it's a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think this defense is starting to come to their own a little bit. They're making plays. The secondary getting fixed. I can see that happening a lot in this game. I like our running back situation a little bit. Mostert is very, very shifty. He's kind of filling in nicely, kind of what I thought McKinnon was going to be doing, but regardless of the injury.
Mm-hmm.
Goodwin goes off. Deebo Samuel, I like him. He's nice. And Kittle hasn't had a really big game yet. So maybe this will be it right here. Maybe this will be the game. Niners won their first 2 games on the road. I fully expect them to play well their first game
At home.
First game at home in Santa Clara. So give me the Niners in this game. Give me the Niners 28, Pittsburgh 18.
All right. Next up, we got the Houston Texans going on the road against the LA Chargers. Houston, even though they're at home, still. Deshaun Watson, he plays dangerous for a quarterback. He plays more dangerous than he's fun to watch, but he plays more dangerous than a quarterback should. And he leaves himself wide open a lot. But Lord have mercy, those weapons. He got two good-ass wide receivers to pass to, and he got a running game. And the defense is pretty good, too. And LA, I like LA. The thing is, the running game isn't as good as what it used to be. Phillip Rivers is known for calling up the ball at least 1 or 2 times. Oh, man. The thing is, despite LA being at home in this game, they are kind of the underdogs. Oh, man. I kind of do want to give it to LA just based off the fact they're home. But the thing is, I trust Houston too much. I trust them at least more so than LA. Go ahead and give me the Texans over the Chargers. 30-21. Flip, who you got? Texans, Chargers.
Oh, man. If you would ask me about 3-4 weeks ago, I would have said Chargers, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's I don't know. If we get our kicker back, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
He's limited in practice this week, so.
Didn't he miss 2 field goals last game?
What's up?
Didn't he miss 2 field goals last game?
No, that was our puncher that missed.
Oh yeah.
Last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, our kicker might be actually healthy this week.
Yeah.
So we might actually have a kicker.
Mm-hmm.
But our defense is just falling apart. We lost Derwin James. We lost our cornerback, Trevor Williams, who we just lost Adrian Phillips, linebacker.
Yeah. And DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller might roast y'all if that's the case.
Pretty much. I'm thinking it's going to come down to can Bosa and Melvin Ingram pair through this terrible-ass O-line that the Texans have and keep Watson pressured enough.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, it might just be a scoring showdown. I mean, J.J. Watt is J.J. Watt, but
yeah.
I think it's going to kind of come down to who can score the most. The defenses are in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
It's a home game for the Chargers. That's not really a home game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go with the Chargers here. I'm gonna say Chargers in a close game, 28.
I would actually not be surprised if they won, but like I said, I'm playing it safe with the Texans. But Wallace, who you got? Chargers, Texans.
Yeah, I don't really like what I've seen from either of these teams the first couple of weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really torn as to who I should pick. Obviously, both teams got some injuries that they're dealing with. I like how high it's been for the Houston squad. Deshaun Watson's been playing well. Hopkins has been having a good season. Rivers, I'm just a little bit shaky on. This is not a bad performance against Detroit. I think I would hope he would play better at home.
Mm-hmm.
Eckler, it's a really, really tough game to call. I almost think this game might end in a tie. This game might actually be
Mm-hmm.
but it might end in a 20-20 tie. But I'll give the Chargers, the 3 points for being at home. So give me the Chargers 20, Texans 7.
All righty. Next up, we got the LA Rams going on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Oh, man. The Browns looked good against the Jets. The Rams are the Rams. The Rams are probably one of the more dangerous teams in the league. And as good as weapons as Cleveland has, if that O-line does not protect Baker Mayfield, that boy's going to get flattened. Aaron Donald is going to be chewing his ass up for breakfast. But, I mean, the thing is, they're gonna be that front four is gonna be coming for they're gonna be coming for Baker, which means he's gonna have to get rid of the ball quicker than he wants to. Either that or that running game is gonna have to step up. And I think that the thing is the running game is about equal for the Rams as it is for the Browns. But I mean, the thing is, I have this one closer than people that a lot of people might have it. But then again, a lot of people might have it within like 6 points, like me. But go ahead and give me the Rams in this game, 28-21 over Cleveland. Flip, who you got? Rams, Browns.
There's one thing that Baker does that is probably going to cost him the game, and he just holds the ball way too long, and you can't do that against Aaron Donald.
No.
So I think that get that ball out in time to just at least like check it down or just get it down the field like quickly, or else blow up. I have faith in Baker, but this Rams team is just it's the Rams. I mean, they got Todd Gurley, they got Cooper Kupp out there killing it, 50-yard touchdowns that are getting called back, unfortunately. They got Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks. They have the weapons receivers. So. I don't have a lot of faith in this Browns team. I'm going to say Rams win 33-24.
All right. Waz, who you got? Rams, Browns.
I like the Rams in this game. I really started to pick it up and started to play pretty well. Jared Goff, I'm still keeping my eye on him. He's not playing as good as he had a couple years back. But I think even on the road, I think with that run game, receiving core obviously still healthy. I think they can handle the Browns. I think it's going to be an entertaining game. We got studs on both sides of the ball for both teams. But I think that difference is going to be that defensive line against the Browns O-line. I just Aaron Donald is a mismatch for anyone. And I'm curious to see how Baker responds. I don't think Mayfield's gone against a team like this. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how he responds to that adversity. So I think that'll make it interesting and nice to watch. But I just think the Rams they're on a mission right now. Right now, it looks like the Super Bowl hangover is not affecting them right now.
Yeah.
Granted, they did catch a break with the Saints, especially on that controversial callback on that touchdown that took away from the Saints defense.
Oh yeah.
But the refs, even with the refs taking the net off and not being there to support the Rams this game, I think the Rams still hold their own against the Browns. Give me the Rams in this. I'll say the 27, the round 20.
But the thing is, he has enough weapons to get the job done. But against Mitch Trubisky and the Chicago's defense, I don't know. It's kind of looking shaky. But also, Chicago kind of has an underrated running game too. And I don't know what they're indecisive. Get the ball out quick enough to screen the check down all damn game long. The thing is that'll throw them off since Washington's secondary. Go ahead. Give me Chicago in this game over 16. Flip, who you got? Bears, Redskins.
Somebody.
Yeah, it was Dak. Last week it was Dak. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture.
Getting stiff armed. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, this Redskins offense it's terrible right now. It's not terrible.
They don't.
The running game is terrible. Adrian Peterson, he's on the wrong side of 30. They just lost Darius Guice. Chris Thompson, Reed is still in concussion protocol. He'll be there for the next 3 weeks probably.
Yeah.
But they do have Scary Terry McLaurin, man. That dude is nice.
Yeah.
He's definitely looking like their future receiver. So Keenum to McLaurin is going to be something that's going to be great. When they get Guice back, if he can stay healthy, that Redskins team could be a solid team. but for now, about this Redskins offense. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to say Bears win. I'm gonna say 21.
I'm gonna go with the Bears on the road. I think that defense does enough work against this Redskins offense. Granted, Trubisky just was awful, not good at all. Just a couple of games. It's definitely a regression of what we saw last year.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they're going to either cut those and jump back a bit. I think he can turn it around against this team. The Redskins off at him defensively. I think he can kind of turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can just establish that running game with Montgomery.
Like I said, everybody's getting bit by the injury bug. Hopefully, everybody recovers pretty damn quick. And like I said, if the Steelers don't get it, if they don't get it together, they're done. Like I said, because they have, out of the 9 games that they have, 7 of them are pretty losable.
One final more thing.
Uh-huh.
Say, I hope this week is the week of the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I hope Gardner goes off. I hope Daniel Jones goes off. I hope Mason Rudolph goes off. And one more. Either
the Jets
goes off.
Yeah.
And either Hill or Bridgewater.
Bridgewater.
Steelers, just not this week against San Francisco.
Do it for this week's episode of the Fourth and Goal podcast. I appreciate everybody on Facebook and on YouTube who watched and clicked. And if you're on YouTube, you already know what to do. Subscribe. And fellas,